Alrighty, so it's been a week without UFC, and I've been busy, getting bored and rewatching some shows of the Star Wars variety, going through my Star Wars arc again, in my show watching era, if you will, while I wait for new games and UFC events to happen. But finally, Dana White has blessed us with another banger main event, boys. We got Dominic Reyes taking on Carlos Ulberg. Some say this is the Goat Slayer versus CKB's next prospect, I guess. Israel Adesanya's gym's last hope, if you will. It's going to be an interesting main event. We'll get to the predictions when we get to the predictions. As always, I feel like you know the vibes by now. I'm going to go through the whole card, starting with the early prelims, making it all the way to the main event. It's got characters on here, guys. We got Navajo Sterling, another Israel Adesanya gym veteran. All right, guys. We got the Tafa brothers. Come on, guys. Come on. You seen this shit? Come on, guys. Fucking Jesus Christ, Dana White. Where are we getting these guys? We got Colby Thickness, guys. Hey, I believe that's the guy who trains with Volk. We're in it now. All right, so yeah. Quick rundown. I do pick some predictions on every single UFC event. So if you feel like sticking around, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and without further ado, let's get into the breakdowns. We got Brandon. How the fuck do you... Perisic? I don't know how the fuck to say his last name. I don't know what that accent means. I don't know what language that is. I'm guessing it's got something to do with Balkans, given his nickname. I don't fucking know. But we have Brando versus Elijah Ellison. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, I do my picks based off watching UFC. I've been watching UFC for the past, 3 years. Alright? I don't know who the fuck these guys are. What? The Conquest of the Cage? Jesus Christ, where are we finding these guys? Bro, 4-1, 5-1. These guys didn't go through the Contender Series. This guy's fighting at Hex. What does that say? Hex? I can't read that shit. I don't know where that's from. These are two bums, Damn, a lot of people on Ellison here. But if I've learned anything from picking on Tapology, most people get the majority picks wrong, I feel like, when it comes to me not knowing them. So this is a tough... Wait, is this heavyweight? 263 pounds? God damn, this guy's 6'5"? We got NA on the other side, 31 years old, Australian versus the States. You know what? Just to be different, okay? And just to throw my nuts on the table early on, we're going Perikik. Alright, we're going Perikik. We're going KO, and we're going round one. Fuck it, we ball. Alright, nuts on the table, baby. I do take my picks relatively seriously, guys, okay? I have my score at the end of every single breakdown. Tune in for the breakdown on Saturday. I'm typically one of the first to upload the breakdowns, okay? Very rarely does someone get it ahead of me, but we'll see. Anyways, moving on to... this is not a good showcase for my YouTube channel. Fucking women's fights. Luana Carolina versus Michelle Montag. I was gonna say, I've never seen this bitch in my life. Luana Carolina, I think I remember, right? Yeah, She's on a win streak. She's the underdog here. She beat Ivana Petrovic, though. And, Julia Stolarenko, 11-7. Jesus. Where are we finding these B-League fighters? Jesus Christ, man. If you don't know, you're newer to the channel, I do this thing. Very high-tech method. Some people, they use a pick doctor. Some people, they use logic reasoning. The Lucas Tracy's, the MMA gurus, they're typically using you know, like logic reasoning to come to terms with why they make their decisions with women's fights. Some people use AI, Pick Doctor, whatever, like We Want Picks, great YouTube channels. I myself prefer the tried and true method of the coin flip. And the coin recently has not been going negative. It hasn't been going very positive, but it hasn't been going negative. All right, it's got a 1.0 KD right now. I think coming off the last couple events. So we'll see. Heads is the woman on the left. Tails is the woman on the right. Let's see what we get here, baby. We got tails. What did I say? That's the one on the right. Tails, woman on the right, I'm pretty sure. Heads left? Yeah. Sure. So we're going with the woman on the right. Good. You know, everyone seems to agree with me. You know, I mean, this Luana girl, I mean, yeah, she's just, you know, she's older. She's getting up there in age, guys. What can I tell you? You know, she's fighting. What the fuck are they doing, bro? What is this? I'm assuming this is the last competed weight class. So we got a flyweight taking on a featherweight. Oh my. Could you imagine watching, like. Oh my god, man. I hate women's fights, man. Could you imagine watching, like, Sean O'Malley? Or no. Oh my god, is he... Imagine watching Diego Lopez take on fucking Jimmy Flick, you know? That would just be... Oh my... That'd be just sending them to the gallows. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're gonna go with Michelle. I don't know what weight class this is. This is bantamweight, so it's actually between the two weight classes by the looks of it. I don't care. We're gonna go decision. Classic vintage 29-28. Split decision. Moving on, real fights. Jamie Malarkey, aka Jacob the Freckled Salamander from We Want Picks, taking on Rolando Bedoya. Now this is kind of interesting. Oh, this guy sucks. God damn. Damn, losing to Jai Herbert's kind of crazy. To be fair, Jai Herbert looked like... Jai Herbert's a weird one. Jai Herbert's like a Jalen Turner, where like one fight will look like a killer and finish a crafty vet, you know? And then in the next fight he just looks like dog shit and loses to like shit comp. Kron Song, Chaos Williams is this welterweight? No, it's lightweight. When the fuck did Chaos Williams make lightweight? Or was that at welterweight and he was up a weight class? Yeah, maybe it was a short notice, weird situation. Jamie's been getting fucked up. I feel bad for Jamie. This guy's been getting fucked up. Where is this, by the way? Is this Australia? Light heavyweight. Does it even say here? I don't think it says here, does it? Yikes. I think this is Australia, though. I'm pretty sure it's Australia. I could be wrong on that. I could be off on that. But I'm pretty sure this event takes place in Australia. Or it's Australian themed, right? Yeah, they've got the Taffa brothers. They got... Yeah, this is definitely Australia. Rolando Bedoya. Bro, Jamie Malarkey is like a victim in there. He's like a Rakic, but with no chin. And looks like he wants to be... Genuinely, he looks like he wants to be bullied in there, you know? And that's what I worry about, you know? He's beaten nobody. Francisco Prado, some people are glazing him now, saying he's actually like a decent unranked comp. He's not. He's dog shit. He was a victim in that fight. Lost to Naimov. Not the worst look, but not the greatest look either. And Nazareth Hakparas. Also the same similar situation. Like, these aren't, like, consistent guys, you know? The Mauricio Huffy got fucked. He literally got Mortal Kombat scissor sweeps. One of the sickest moves I've ever seen in MMA. But, like, we found out Huffy ain't that good either. But you need to be a grappler. Jamie Malarkey's weak, man. Like, weak. This is a tough one. I get Rolando Bedoya's had no success. But I just can't, like... It's hard for me to imagine Jamie Malarkey winning a fight. Does anyone get that with a fighter? You know, like, they just look like they're so easy to be bitched in the cage. And I'm no hate to Jamie Malarkey. And if he ever watches this video, but it ain't that serious, okay? I'm playing a character, guys. No, but it's just like, bro, he looks like a victim in there. He looks like the younger brother of that fucking juiced up guy from Paranorman. You know, the gay jock. But like, bro, Jamie Malarkey looks like that guy's like younger brother, you know? It looks like a before and after, with Jamie Malarkey being like the before the jock phase, and then the after being the jock phase with the dude from Paranorman. I can't get that out of my head now. Fuck, man. But Jamie Malarkey's also arguably a featherweight. He's not big for lightweight, man. He's very like weak looking, very like push aroundable. But Rolando Bedoya sucks. So this is like Jamie Malarkey actually having skill, you know, and Rolando Bedoya actually having size. And if history's ever taught me something, size doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go with Jamie Malarkey. Despite me not being able to see him win, I can't think of a reason to pick Rolando Bedoya other than him just being bigger. You know? He's younger. He's not taller. That's kind of interesting. I actually thought Rolando would be way bigger. I reckon, like, they just, like, he loses and they just cut him. Like, why the fuck is he in the UFC? He's lost 3 in a row. His opponents have arguably gotten... Why are they giving him Kenan Song and then Jai Herbert? Jai Herbert's, like, legit comp. I guess lightweight is tough. Damn, a lot of people are picking Malarkey. Really? Why? That's an odd one to me. This is an odd fight. I'm gonna go Jamie Malarkey. I'm gonna go decision. It's probably actually gonna be a 29-28 either way. Or like if Jamie Malarkey loses, he probably gets finished. But I imagine if this gets to the scorecards, Bedoya probably just doesn't do enough to like clearly win rounds. So I'm gonna go with Jamie Malarkey. He does have skills, but he's got that he's got that Herbert Burns in him where he does just quit if he gets bitched. But I don't think Rolando Bedoya can bitch someone, you know? Like, if Jamie Malarkey's the nerd that gets bullied, Rolando Bedoya is the jock that, like, gets wedgied and then he's never the same again, you know? Like, the moment he gets insulted, everyone turns on him and he just fucking runs away crying. Like, that's what I imagine Rolando Bedoya being. So, also, taking Merab's nickname, get the fuck out of here. You're a fraud. So I'm gonna go with Jamie Malarkey here. Not that confident. I wouldn't be betting money. Recently I've been doing a little bit of the gambling, okay? So I'll be transparent if I plan on betting on someone. Moving on, Colby Thickness versus Joseus Musasa. I think I got that correct. Colby Thickness just fought Alexander Topuria, fucking Ilya Topuria's brother. Sick fight. It was a great fight. It was very close. Colby Thickness, I think, showed up short notice. It might have been short notice for both, but I believe it was short notice for Colby Thickness. Does have Volk in his corner. Does train with Volk. Bantamweights. Oh, that was up a weight class. No. Is Alexander Topuria a bantamweight? I can't remember. He fought somebody else, but I can't remember. And Colby Thickness is like a smaller dude. Joseus Musasa. This guy lost to Carlos Vieira. It's not a good look. I don't remember this fight. Actually, I think I do remember this fight. This guy was being hyped up as the next big thing, and he just gets whooped. Wasn't Vera like a fucking plus 800 or some shit? I swear that was like... Somebody bet that I was watching. So I think I was probably watching the Freckled Salamander bet Vera by sub, and he probably got it. This is interesting because Colby Thickness is very active on the ground. Even if he gets taken down, he's pretty good on the ground. I don't like looking at odds because typically it sways opinion. Why is this guy the favorite? Why is this guy the favorite? He looked like shit in his last fight. Didn't he get smoked? Was it a round 1 or something like that? Let me see. Let me see this. We gotta do research here, boys. Keep the coin just in case there's a woman's fight. Carlos Vera. Was this round 1? David Martinez, eh? It was round 1. I remember it perfectly. What the fuck am I saying? Bro, I'm such a G at this shit. I'm getting so good at my fucking locking things in the memory vault. Bro, Australia too, like, why is Colby Thickness the underdog here? He's legit good. He's a little weak. Like, he is a little, like, you can push him around, but he can take some big shots. He got wobbled pretty bad by Topuria, but he landed good shots. A lot of people are shitting on Topuria, but I feel like Alexander Topuria, I'm talking about here. I feel like the Alexander Topuria that showed up and fought Colby Thickness was like a different breed compared to what people were talking about. People were talking about like he's not that good, nowhere near his brother. This genuinely looked like a bantamweight Alexander Topuria, like Ilya Topuria. It looked pretty fucking good. I'm gonna go with Colby Thickness here. I don't know why. The KO Wizard? Are you kidding me? That's your nickname? Just why? Reach advantage, but that's pretty norm. I'm not that concerned about it. Bro, I feel like Colby Thickness is low-key like an underrated dog here. I might actually straight up bet Colby Thickness like a money line. I might put a tenner on that, okay? You know, I'm pretty confident Colby gets this done. And honestly, I reckon he gets it by sub. Colby, like, he looks slick on the ground. He's very active. He went for some choke on Alexander Topuria. Buggy type shit from bottom position. Almost got it in. So, I don't think this Joseus Musasa guy is, what, elite training? Yeah, like, I don't see where this guy wins anywhere. Even on the feet, like, he was I reckon Colby could take a shot. Like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say it's a late round finish. I'm going to say round 3 submission, or I'm going to go with Colby winning by decision. I just think this guy's, like, legit good, even in his loss. Like, I get it, it's a loss, but still really good. There's a lot of pressure in this fight, too. Like, a lot of pressure. You train with Volk. Volk's in your corner. You're going against Topuria's brother. The guy who just finished Volk. Like, there's a lot of pressure on Colby in this. I feel like this is going to be, like, loose thickness here, you know? The slickness, thickness is going to pull through on this one, I think. You know, he's not going to have to worry, like, oh, if I lose this one, I'm cooked. If he gets in a rough situation, he can more or less, like, work out of it, you know? So I think Joseus Musasa's got, like, a finisher's chance. I just don't think he's that good. Moving on, we got Andre Petroski versus Cam Roston. This guy debut? It's a debut. I've been watching Contender Series recently. I think this was actually the week I didn't watch it, because I've been watching it for the past, like, 3 weeks. Pretty good, to be honest with you. If you're a casual, not in a disrespectful manner, but if you're a casual, you don't watch a lot of fights, genuinely, like, Contender Series is, like, pretty good. It's roughly the equivalent to, like, prelims on most fight night cards. It's pretty aight. So if you're looking for fights and there's not fights going on, Contender Series is aight. I'd recommend it. But this Cam Roston guy, don't know shit about. Andre Petroski, I've seen him got finished via headbutting a hip. I've seen him got fucked up by Edmund Shabazian. Arguably should have got the TKO. The ref didn't stop it. I don't know how the fuck he beat these guys. I'll be honest. I really don't know how the fuck he beat Josh Fram, Dylan Budka, and Rodolfo Vieira. Yeah. I don't understand how he won those fights. I don't get it. You know? He seems to be one of these guys that has the ability to make you autistic when you fight him. Like, he seems to just have the ability to make you dumb. You know? Maybe that's the powers he's got after getting KO'd via headbutt to the hip. But he isn't bad, but he's always one of the, he's like trying to pick Paul Craig without the grappling. It's like, he's actually not that bad, but can you trust that chin? And I don't know if I can trust a chin, but I'm going to trust that Andre Petroski, UFC level guy, who somehow found a win streak, over a debut Australian dude that they're probably just pulling out of the fucking woodworks. Yeah. But yeah, if Cam Roston does win, I reckon it's probably by KO. I think a lot of people agree there. Yeah, I mean, Petroski's got no fucking chin. But I feel like there's always just those weird moments where it's like, you know, 1 minute you're getting finished by Kevin Holland, the next minute you're a heavy favorite against Usman in welterweight. You know what I mean? Like, it's a Joaquin Buckley effect. It's sometimes just guys get finished in weird ways. You know, Jared Gordon got hit by a car in his last fight before fighting his opponent, and he still made it to the 3rd round. It's like one of those weird moments where maybe there was something going on, but that was just weird. Petrosky is, like, technically good. He will work for all 15 minutes. But he is, like, beatable. He's very slow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna trust in the guy who's, like, beat level, like, UFC level comp. Somehow, but I'm gonna trust him. Moving on, Jonathan Mikalev versus Oban Elliott. A.K.A. MMA Guru's boyfriend. One of many of MMA Guru's boyfriends, Oban Elliott. Absolute glaze. Was a minus 500, 800 or some shit like that in his last fight. Got absolutely dog walked for 3 rounds. Very little to any success in that fight. Going against Jonathan Mikalev. This guy beat... Oh, this is that guy. I know this guy. This is the guy who whooped Kevin Jousset in a performance where Kevin Jousset just got bitched. But, Kevin Jousset looked like shit in that fight. Like, he literally looked like he didn't belong in the UFC. I don't understand how it ever happens. Where you go from... I just don't get it. Where you go from, like, looking really good, high skill, and the next fight you just look like dog shit. Maybe it's a similar thing with Petrosky, where it's, like, weird situation outside of the fight. Mikalev looked really good in his last fight. He looked like he didn't know how to finish a fight, though. You know? But Oban Elliott did just get bitched in his last fight. I kind of feel like Oban Elliott's going to win this one, though. Like, he's done really well against people. Basil Hafez is, like, a pretty decent level comp. Preston Parsons fucking sucks. Val Woodburn fucking sucks. But he's beating the guys he needs to beat. The Kevin Jousset fight, he just looks so beatable, you know? Like, he wasn't defending low kicks. I'm talking about Kevin Jousset. He wasn't, like, actually engaging. He literally was just on the outside getting bitched the whole time. I don't think Oban Elliott's gonna do that. Like, I really don't see Oban Elliott getting leg kicked and being like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna sit here getting leg kicked and bitched for the next 15 minutes. He just got out-grappled by a guy who could legit be something in the division. We've seen Kevin Jousset bottom out. That reach kind of worries me, but, I mean, I don't know. This is a rough one. I'm going to go with Oban Elliott. I think Oban's good. I don't think he's ranked. I never thought Oban was going to be ranked level comp in welterweight. I never thought this guy was going to be a world beater, world title challenger. This guy strikes me as like an Edmund Shabazian, like what's another astute example? No, like a Mike Malott. Even though that might come across as an insult, Mike Malott's kind of, you know, doing his thing now. You know, I think like Oban could get 15th. I just don't see him getting top 10. You know, like I think guys like Neil Magny, Daniel Rodriguez, people like that are just better than Oban Elliott. Oban's striking is pretty good. He sort of requires you to be a victim, though. Jonathan Mikalev, he looked good in his last fight, but he did look like he had a victim in there, you know? So it's hard. It's hard to go off that, but I'm going to go by Oban Elliott. I'm going to go by decision. Jonathan Mikalev could be something. I could be totally wrong on my read. I'm only going off the one fight I've seen from this guy, and he's young, but so is Oban Elliott. I just feel like Oban's more likely to be like, I need to work on something from his last fight, where Mikalev kind of had a victim in front of him, and if he thinks he's just going to have another victim in front of him, I don't think Oban Elliott's going to be bitched, you know? Although having Gangster in your name is a big ore loss. Now I don't know if I can pick him. Kidding. I'm going to go Oban Elliott. I think Oban Elliott's going to win this one. It'll be close on rounds, but I think it'll be like a 30-27 Oban. Just Mikalev. Mikalev's gonna land, and then Oban's gonna respond, and the response is, I think, what's gonna get Oban ahead. You know, whether that response is like he gets low kicked, and then he jab 1-2s or something, you know, or like lands a really big shot on Mikulev off a counter, off of a leg kick, or Jonathan goes for a leg kick or like goes in for a blitz or something, and Oban responds with taking him down or something. Because Oban's got good grappling. He just got out grappled. Like, it happens, you know? Sometimes in grappling, you just get out grappled, you know? But I don't think Mikulev is going to be this fucking elite grappler. I think Oban's got like a clear path to victory if he wants to win. Take this guy down, lay on him. It is what it is, you know? Moving on, Loma Lookboom versus Alexia that. Has she been in the... Oh, she's been in the UFC. Okay. She's the one who beat Molly McCann. Oh, this is interesting now. This is interesting. The Molly McCann Slayer. Heads on the left, tails on the right. I don't give a fuck. I'm still doing a coin flip. Heads on the left, tails on the right, right? We're going Loma Lookboom. She's the underdog. It is what it is. If the coin reads bad, it is what it is. I mean... Loma's been in there with some good girls. She's been in there with some good gals, you know? Loma also... She's kind of like a shit Zhang Wei Li, where she's pretty good everywhere. It's hard to finish her. She's small, though. She's really small for strawweight. Oof. I'm gonna trust the coin. I don't give a fuck. Moving on, we have Navajo Sterling versus Rodolfo Bellato. If you've seen any of my breakdowns before, I hate Rodolfo Bellato. I think this guy fucking sucks. I think he's got no chin. I think he should have got TKO'd via Eor Pateria. Yeah, I think that should have been a ground and pound win for Eor Pateria. He was literally out. He was unconscious on the canvas. Eor just gassed, and the ref didn't fucking allow the stoppage to happen, and let Eor Pateria gas out and get finished via Rodolfo Bellato. Hitting a stim pack, so it is what it is. Damn! He's coming off a draw and a no contest. He did get the Fear of God sent to him by Paul Craig, and he did get finished by Paul Craig, technically, in my opinion. He was also getting whooped by Paul Craig. Listen, Navajo Sterling isn't that good. I don't think he'll make it that far in light heavyweight. Light heavyweight is a dog shit division, so maybe I'll take that back at some point, but Navajo Sterling has talent, and he's tough. Honestly, he might just be a better Jimmy Crute. He might just be a better Jimmy Crute. Like, he might be the modern day Jimmy Crute, you know? And considering I saw Rodolfo Bellato almost get finished by Jimmy Crute. Bro, Rodolfo's so bad. He's so shit. He's so shit. How lucky are we? We got Angelo from We Want Picks and Jacob from We Want Picks fighting on the same card. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, just had to mention that. Yeah, I'm going Navajo Sterling. I think Navajo's gonna bitch this guy. Navajo just fought Ivan Ursland, but he also fought Tuco Tacos, which Tuco Tacos got some decent grappling, and he was getting kind of pushed around by Navajo Sterling. You know, Ivan Ursland was landing big shots on Navajo. He ate him, and he just pushed Ivan against the fence. Navajo will make it boring to win. Rodolfo is just shit. Like, he's slow. He's ploddy. He's got no footwork. He's got no chin HP. Like, bro, this guy's like... He's like looking at one of those Elden Ring builds that doesn't make any sense. Like, he's over encumbered. He's got 2 shields equipped with a spear. And he doesn't have the right stats to even use the spear. You know what I mean? Like, he's got that fucking Elon Musk Elden Ring build. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know? He's supposed to be a good grappler, but he doesn't really grapple. And his wrestling is kind of shit. His striking's terrible. He's got no chin H. Like, there's nothing good this guy does, you know? I don't know how this guy made it this far. I don't know why the fuck he's in the UFC. I reckon he gets finished. Probably by KO at some point. But I'm gonna go decision. I'm gonna go decision. Because I think Navajo also has a big problem where he doesn't know how to... He doesn't see the blood in the water, you know? I'm predicting that's going to be Navajo's big problem. He just doesn't see blood in the water. So I'm going to go with Navajo Sterling. Rodolfo Bellato fraud checks Navajo Sterling. Genuinely, I'll be shocked. I'll be like, wow, what the fuck is this sport? Like, I'll genuinely be shocked. Don't think Navajo's that good. Don't think he's ranked. I don't think Bellotto even belongs in the UFC, though. I think Bellotto belongs in, like, BKFC or some shit. Like, this guy does not belong in a sport where there's multiple things going on, you know? But yeah, moving on. We have Luis Sutherland versus Justin Tafa. Is this a debut? This is indeed a debut from F. Sure. Justin Tafa is a weird one. He's kind of dog shit, but he does have one punch KO power. Does this guy wrestle? Do I see submissions? I see KO. I see decision. I see decision. I see KO. Heavyweight's a rough one. Is this heavyweight or light heavyweight? It's gonna be heavyweight. Why the fuck is Justin Tafa in the goddamn UFC, bro? He beat who? Austin Lane, and I want to say the other name is Mick Parkin? No. What's that guy's? Something Pork. Right? Parker Porter. That's what his name was. That's who I remember. Parker Porter. I remember watching this fight and being like, damn, that guy sucks. I remember that. That's roughly when I started watching. Just the eye poke against Austin Lane. I forgot, bro. This guy's fucking retarded too. Justin Tafa will be bitched if you try to bitch him. He will also try to throw with everything, and if he misses, he's cooked. Scotland, eh? How is Justin Tafa a favorite? How? If I'm Luis Sutherland, I would literally only train wrestling takedowns. That's it. If I'm Sutherland for this fight, I'm training wrestling takedowns, and I'm taking this guy down. Justin Tafa and Junior Tafa have zero takedown defense. They're horrible. They can't defend takedowns. They don't know what a takedown is, you know? So I'm going to go with Sutherland winning this one, and I'm going to go by decision. I don't know any of this guy's career. I just know if you watch Justin Tafa for a minute, you can just be like, oh, this guy's shit. Let me take this guy down. Sutherland wants to strike. He's getting finished. But if I'm Sutherland, yo, fucking bait out one strike from Justin Tafa and shoot. Because Justin will throw with everything he's got, miss, and then you're on top of him for 5 minutes. That's it. That's all you got to do. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Sutherland because I don't think the Tafas don't belong in the UFC. Moving on, Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. Is this guy debut? No, he's fought someone. Trevor Peek, eh? Alex Reyes. Is that Dominic Reyes' brother? Huh, interesting. Trevor Peek, you know, MMA Guru's unofficial boyfriend. Yeah. This is interesting. Tom Nolan's legit good. Like, he's got legit skills, you know? He's legit talented. He's typically the bigger guy. He will be the much bigger guy in this fight. Striking's pretty good. He did get shinned, I want to say. Yeah, by Nicholas Mata. Okay, it was a right cross to ground strikes. Yeah, he got shinned pretty badly, I'm pretty sure. He got out-colded. But I'm not going to be baited by that because he went on a killing streak. Borshev performance was pretty impressive. I know Terrence McKinney just finished that guy in round 1, but that's because Terrence McKinney didn't get hit, you know? So, I mean, there's that. Nolan did get hit. He's good, though, you know? Like, Nolan is good. Charlie Campbell, he's been doing his thing. It's kind of a thick dude. This is like thick versus length here, you know? It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. I'm going to go with Tom Nolan. I think Tom Nolan's good at managing his range, and I think he's okay with making it a boring fight. He will go for submissions. He was trying to go for submissions on Borshev. He will go for shit. But so far, Charlie Campbell's had, like, a pretty gifted fighters, and I think this is going to be another case where, like, there's just finally not a victim in front of him. Finally not a punching bag. You know, someone who knows how to move around, someone who knows how to stick and move. And I think that's going to be Tom Nolan. I reckon this is going to be a close fight, but I think it's going to be a 29-28 or 30-27 Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan might get rocked pretty bad at one point or dropped, but I think he'll survive. And once he survives, he'll get to space, he'll do his thing, finish the round, and then maybe round 2 and 3, he ends up picking up the pace, doing his thing, understanding he can survive, you know? So yeah, I'm going to go with Tom Nolan here. Yeah, Moving on, we have Jake Matthews versus Neil Magny. Jake Matthews slowly becoming a more favorited guy to watch, you know? Sick finish on Chidi Njokuani. He literally jumped the back. Did not say a slur there, okay? Hopefully the mic didn't pick up a slur there. Okay, that's his last name, I swear. You know, I got the pass from back in the day. You know, I'll whip it out if need be, okay? But, yeah, Chitty Bang Bang ended up getting his back taken while standing and got subbed. Jake Matthews is fast. That's one thing we got here. We got fast, we got explosive, versus Neil Magny, who I've been getting right for kind of a while here. I picked him in the Elizeu Zaleski Dos Santos fight. Didn't pick him in the process when he got fucking smoked. Michael Morales, I think I picked him, but that's because Morales was untested. I think I picked him in the Mike Malott fight. That was a while ago, can't remember. And the Ian Gary fight, I don't even think I was making predictions then, but I like Neil Magny. I think I got a lot of respect for Neil Magny. I think I'm pretty good at judging where Neil Magny's skill is. He is good. He is fairly durable for his age and how scrawny and like lack of muscle he has. I feel like Jake Matthews just fought the better Neil Magny in a way. The better striking Neil Magny. Neil Magny's got good takedown defense. Neil Magny's got good scrambles. Neil Magny's able to like understand, okay, I just survive, make it to the next round, then I do my thing. Neil Magny's got really good survival instincts, I'll say. Jake Matthews is really good at finishing people. Oh, he didn't finish Prado. To be fair, Prado, he got like masterclassed in that fight. Phil Rowe, similar situation, but you know, I finished Darren Flowers, guys. You know, no, but Jake Matthews, he's really good at like sensing blood in the water and taking advantage of that, I think. He's younger. Wow, I'm minus 500 though. When are these people gonna stop disrespecting my boy Magny? Holy shit. I will go with Jake Matthews. Who's his loss? Michael Morales? No skin off my back. Yeah, I mean, Jake Matthews is kind of like killing people. This guy's like a Yusuf Salal, but at welterweight, you know? Like, he's had a few bad losses, but he's making another run, and he's doing well. I do think he'll win by decision here. I think he'll drop Magny bad, like really, really bad. But I think Magny will find a way, crafty vet style, find a way to survive. But I think this will be Matthews 30-27. Magny will take rounds off, and that's where it's like, Magny relies on you making a lot of mistakes. And unless Jake Matthews gasses really, really bad in the third round, like Mike Malott, I don't think Matthews is going to lose this fight. And considering he's been to decisions before at high paces, beating like actual punching bags like Prado, I think he's going to be good here. You know, it's possible Magny gets this one, but I think this is a Jake Matthews all day, every day. Moving on, Jimmy Crute, Ivan Erslan. These are two fucking bums. I hate both these guys. Jimmy Crute fucking sucks. Did just beat Prachnio, to be fair. Ivan Erslan's been on a little bit of a loss streak here. Jan Kutalaba, you know, who the fuck is that guy? Bro, this guy hasn't won in the UFC, and Jimmy Crute is arguably one of the worst guys in the UFC. This is a heater matchup, guys. Ivan Erslan's a little bit of a victim in there, though. Should I coin flip this? This is really like a shit fight. This is like, both of these guys suck. Jimmy Crute has no ability to get people. Jimmy Crute's a worse, thicker Paul Craig. He is. He's a worse skill-wise, but a bigger dude than Paul Craig. He's like a legit light heavyweight, but with zero skills. Ivan Erslan has been getting bitched. But if he does land... Bro, I reckon if Ivan lands one good shot on Jimmy Crute, he goes down. But he's got to land that big shot. I'm going to go with Jimmy. I'm not going to think about this too much. I'm going to go with Jimmy Crute. We're going to go by decision. It's going to be shit. It's going to be sloppy. If there was a bet... Like, if you had to put a gun to my head and say which fight is going to end in a no contest, this would be my bet. Jimmy Crute, Ivan Erslan, this reeks. This reeks of like an eye poke, shit... fucking knee blowout, fucking some fluky shit happening, and they rule it a no contest, you know? Feel like it's been happening a lot recently where eye pokes just like stop a fight. This just reeks of an eye poke stopping a fight, or like unintentional head clash, stoppage, whatever. Like, just get this off my screen. Jack Jenkins versus Ramon Taveras. The co-main event. Wow, we've fallen pretty far here. This could be a fun fight though. These guys are two good strikers. Jack Jenkins really weak on the ground, but his striking's pretty good. Little chinny, but his striking's pretty good. Got okay cardio. Ramon Taveras got okay cardio. Can be victimized. He will be victimized if you try to bully him, and he will just be on the back foot, not knowing what to do. Davey Grant, I think, showcased that pretty well. Sergey City, shit fight, dog shit fight, terrible decision as well. In my opinion, this guy's 0-2 in the UFC. Oh, he's United States. Thank fuck. Was it the other guy? Was it Sergey City that counts as a Canadian? I'm glad this guy's not a fucking Canadian. I swear they promoted this guy as a Canadian at some point. I'm so glad this guy's not Canadian. I'm going to go with Jack Jenkins. I think this is going to be vintage Jack Jenkins. He's going to go out there and probably KO this guy. Probably head kick. Ramon Taveras will leave his hands pretty low at times, and he is slow. He does have heavy hands, so it's not like it. Like, I'm not going to be too shocked if Jack gets knocked down and it's a, you know, Jack is like getting his head bounced on the canvas or whatever type of stoppage, but Jack Jenkins, technically, in my opinion, skill for skill is better. Is Ramon going up a weight class? Is that what that is? Really? Davey Grant is a bantamweight, isn't he? Why the fuck is Ramon Taveras going up a weight class? This guy's 0-2 in the UFC. Jack Jenkins is also still pretty young, to be fair. But yeah, he's fought legit level UFC comp. He beat the bums. Like, this is... Like, Jamal Emmers is far better than Ramon Taveras. Herbert Burns is a victim, to be fair. Chepe Mariscal isn't a bad loss. Gabriel Santos isn't a bad loss, in my opinion, even though I was confident in Jack Jenkins getting it done. Yeah, I think Jack Jenkins is going to go in there, and he's going to look vintage, and he's just going to smoke Ramon Taveras. Probably head kick KO in round 1 or 2. Maybe round 1, he sort of like sees what's happening and everything, and then round 2 he starts being like, okay, the head kicks out, like his corner's telling, head kicks open, you know, blast that leg and go in with a 1-2, whatever, and then he gets the finish. Ramon Taveras is just a fucking, he's just a cinder block on a head, but I feel like he's gonna get cracked pretty soon and put down pretty bad. So yeah, we move on to the main event. The John Jones Slayer himself, Dominic Reyes, takes on Carlos leg kick runaway Ulberg, who arguably robbed Jan Blachowicz, and I'll stand on that. I think this was a robbery decision. I thought Jan Blachowicz pretty clearly won that fight, but, you know, I mean, it was a shit fight, to be fair, but I thought he still won that fight. Carlos Ulberg, skill for skill is pretty good. CKB, City Kickboxing, is the gym he trains at. That's Israel Adesanya's gym, Volk's gym, stuff like that, right? But the gym doesn't really define the skill, but, like, this is the highest ranked guy they have, other than Volk obviously being champion. I think he's actually a higher rank than Adesanya, respective to divisions now. But yeah, Carlos Ulberg, he's technically good. He's not really great anywhere. He does leave his chin up in the air. If there's a guy to find a game plan and beat a fighter who had glaring problems in his last fight, it is Dominic Reyes. It is Dominic. Straight up, it is Dominic Reyes. Locked in on a win streak Reyes. Bro, this guy could be a fucking problem. And if he wins this fight, title shot, this guy is making it. He's resurgenced. Alright? He has risen. The Reyes rise has begun. You know? The true rise of Reyes. Alright? But that's prime Reyes. Okay? And that's what I will say. Prime Reyes whooped John Jones. 3, arguably 4. 4-1. Beat his ass. Bell to bell. But Yuri Prohaska, not a bad loss. It happens, you know. You get spinning elbows. Losing to Ryan Spann is a rough one. That's a rough one to watch. His wins pretty good. Dustin Jacoby is a good win. A lot of people shit on Dustin Jacoby. That's a good win. I really do like that win. Anthony Smith retired his ass, okay? Pretty much. I mean, Anthony Smith had one more fight after that, but Anthony Smith should have retired here. He got bitched pretty bad. You could tell Reyes felt bad for beating his ass. The Krylov win, really good win. Not really aging that well because Krylov is shown after his layoff, he's kind of dog shit. Reyes is really good at finding a game plan for these fighters, you know? Like, the counter right hand was so clean on Krylov. The way he beat Jacoby, also sick. The way he beat Smith, also sick. Bro, 3 KOs back-to-back is kind of crazy. And he could pick up a 4th KO back-to-back. He could. I'm going to be rooting for Reyes, straight up. I fucking hate Ulberg for his last fight. Thought it was a robbery, thought he was a bitch. Ozdemir, not a great win in hindsight. Alonzo Metafield, also, I guess it's aging better, but shit. Yeah, his wins aren't that great, you know? But my thing with Reyes is that he is slow and he doesn't move that great anymore. Like, he doesn't have the same movement he had when he fought Jones, you know? Can he mix in the takedowns on Ulberg? Can he find that just... Can he see, like, the Demon Slayer fucking thread, you know? When fucking... What's the guy's name? Who's the main character? Why can't I remember this guy's name? Tanjiro. When Tanjiro's using water breathing and he sees the thread, you know? That's how Dominic Reyes sort of fights. He sees the thread. He slowly goes towards the game plan, and he executes it, like, with precision. He could do that to Ulberg. I just think Ulberg didn't need to take this fight. I think he was next up anyways. I think this is a case where, like, Ulberg's team has found a way to beat Reyes. And I'm really, really worried for Reyes to get chinned here. I do think Reyes could get chinned here pretty bad. Reyes has never really had a good chin. But, I mean, John Jones couldn't do shit to it. And that just shows you how weak John Jones is. Weak, pathetic bitch. Anyways, but yeah, Dominic Reyes is good. He's, like, skill for skill, I think the better fighter. Grappling-wise, wrestling-wise, striking-wise, combo-wise, everything, I think he's better. Ulberg is better at hitting and running away against slow old guys. Who did he just fight? He fought a slow old guy. The slowest old guy, to be fair. But I think it's going to be a lot of the same, where he's going to kick, run away, kick, run away. Reyes is going to get fed up, do something, and that's where Ulberg goes in for a counter and lands a big counter shot. I think Ulberg is going to frustrate Dominic Reyes. Like, for Dominic Reyes to win this one, he's got to get, like, a wicked counter strike off or something on my mind. You know? Or he's got to get Ulberg against the cage and land a perfect right hand down the pipe. And, like, smoke Ulberg. Because I think Ulberg is... Even though they're not that different in age, and that's why I think this fight's very, very close, I think this should genuinely be a pick'em. I genuinely think this should be a pick'em. Don't know why it's minus 250 for Ulberg. He's not that good. Who hits harder? It's kind of up for debate, you know? But if we're talking about speed, Ulberg's just going to be like... He's going to land like 20 low kicks, where Reyes is going to land like 5 jabs, you know? That's what I'm worried about in this matchup for Reyes. I just think Ulberg is fast enough and safe enough to just hit, run away, and do his thing. You know? I think Reyes is going to be pressing forward, and he's just not going to be able to catch up to Ulberg, constantly running around on the back foot like his last fight. You know, I think that's 1-for-1 what we're going to see. We're going to see a boring shit fight. Maybe Ulberg gets a finish, but 5 rounds is a lot of rounds. That's championship shit. I'm going to go by Ulberg by decision. I think Reyes is smart enough to avoid dangerous shit. It's just like, it's if Reyes wants to risk it that bad. This is what I think, you know? This is what I think, you know? I think it's going to come down to if Reyes wants to risk it. Risk getting chinned or not. If he wants to risk getting chinned for 5 rounds, he'll have no problem bringing the fight to Ulberg, and he probably does land big shots on Ulberg, and he could find that right hand to just put him down. I can see it, you know? I can see that right hand coming down while Ulberg's like circling away, tries to roll with the punch, doesn't, and just gets clipped. But I just think Ulberg's going to be too fast and too hit, move. And it's Australia, like, just not great for Reyes, you know? But I think the John Jones Slayer, this is where it caps out, you know? When we're looking at, like, where Reyes caps out, I think a lot of people said he capped out at the Krylov, but it turns out Krylov is shit. I think, like, Ulberg is proven to be, like, relatively good, active, doesn't need to take this fight. Like, yeah, you know? I think it's rough for... Damn, they're the same height. That's crazy. But, yeah, I think it's going to be rough for Reyes to find that shot. He could. I'm going to be rooting for him. And if he wins, you know, we might put a tenner. Okay, we might put a tenner on Reyes. But bets and picks are different. I'm picking Ulberg. If I had to put money on this fight, I'm putting it on Reyes. Bro, you're giving me Reyes plus 200? Bro, I put Reyes finish on that shit. Just saying. But if I'm going with, like, who I think is genuinely going to win this and I care about my prediction, I think Ulberg's got to be the pick. So I get why it's that high. I don't agree with the odds, though. But, yeah, this has been my pick and predictions for Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. Will Reyes rise again? Or will Ulberg get away with another boring fucking decision? You know? Ulberg's kind of like Kyle Brahalio, but at light heavyweight. Anyone disagree there? Any agreeers? You know? Maybe with shit or grappling, which is saying something. So, you know, like, if Reyes gets takedowns and shit, he gets this done. But, yeah. You know, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Maybe you disagree with the fight. Maybe you agree with my, predictions, okay? But yeah, give me your thoughts and opinions if you made it all the way to the end. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. As always, I hope you have a good day.